So Jason Chaffetz, who is the chairman of the Government Reform Committee, is questioning Cecile Richards. She is the CEO or the executive director of Planned Parenthood. At the end, he attempts to show her a chart, which I have here in my hands. But before we get to the chart, let's hear Chaffetz basically being told what's what and stammering at the end of all of this.
None of the dollars that you were discussing are federal dollars, and the Planned Parenthood Federation of America receives almost no federal dollars. I think at this point only $21,000 for a clinical trial network.
It goes to the
for
same
birth
organization,
control.
And you just separate all that out. Let me go to the last one.
We are highly accountable.
My time, I've gone over time. I need to show this last slide. This one I don't understand. And in the case of Dana, when she came to Planned Parenthood, did she get a mammogram?
No, she was referred for a mammogram. Absolutely.
And that's part of the challenge, is that you don't do mammograms. So if you... Go ahead.
I'm sorry,
You don't do mammograms, correct? There's like one or two places that doesn't, but you don't do mammograms.
If you would give me one moment to explain. Planned Parenthood is a women's health center, just like where I go for my breast exams every year. If you need a mammogram, you're referred to a radiological center, and that's how women actually receive their care. And we provide breast exams to...
A radiological center? Oh.
I can get you the numbers of how many hundreds of thousands of women received breast exams at Planned Parenthood last year. Has nothing to do with, I don't, again,
here's
you
the
created this slide. I have no idea what it is.
Well, it's the reduction over the course of years in pink. That's the reduction in the breast exams, and the red is the increase in the abortions. That's what's going on in your organization.
This is a slide that has never been shown to me before. I'm happy to look at it, and but it absolutely does not reflect what's happening at Planned Parenthood.
You're going to deny that if we take those numbers out of your report?
I'm going to deny the slide that you just shown me that no one has ever provided us before. We've provided you all the information about everything, all the services that Planned Parenthood provides, and it doesn't feel like we're trying to get to the truth here. You just showed me this. I'm happy to look at it.
I pulled those numbers directly out of your corporate reports.
Oh, excuse me, my loggers are informing me that the source of this is actually Americans United for Life, which is an anti-abortion group. So I would check your source.
Then we will get to the bottom of the truth of that. We will now recognize Mr. Cummings for a generous 7 minutes.
I thought it was 8.
Hey, what happened?
I'll tell you what happened. You know, it's amazing because these guys never learn. They never learn. So Chaffetz, who really likes to pride himself on being a policy type of guy, he gets this chart. There are two lines on this chart. One line is a pink line, and it slopes down. The axis at the bottom is time, goes from 2006 all the way to 2013. And the pink line starts at 2006 at the top of the chart and slants down. And that is the cancer screening and prevention services. And the abortions is in red, and it starts at 2006 and it's down, and it goes way up. And they intersect because one is going up and one is going down. The problem is that there's no second axis on this chart. This is not how you make charts, because if you look at this, you would think that the pink line in 2013 is below the red line. So in fact, in 2006, there was 2 million cancer screenings. And in 2006, there was only 290,000 abortions. But by the time you get to 2013, the abortions soar over the cancer screenings to the number 327,000 in 2013, which we know is almost, it looks like there's such a gap that the pink line is actually below it at 935,000. Wait, what? That is what is deceptive and wrong about this chart for anyone other than 3-year-olds and the chairman of this Republican chairman of this committee. Because in fact, what this chart should look like is not an X, because these two trends do not intersect. It rather should just look like almost like a greater than symbol, because the number of abortions goes up by, 290, less, about 10% over the course of those 7 years. And the number of cancer screening and prevention services, it goes down by half, but is still 3 times higher than the number of abortions. And that's just presuming that these numbers are correct. The graph is clearly a lie. But it also doesn't include the number of STI and STD testing and treatment, which is now up by over 1 million from 2006. It went from 3 million to 4.5 million, really 1.5 million more. Contraception services have dropped just slightly from almost 4 million to 3.6 million. So they're doing a lot of other things. And the numbers of STI and STD, sexually transmitted diseases, has gone up significantly. The cancer screening and prevention services may have gone down because maybe people can afford more services since Obamacare. Nevertheless, Chaffetz got it handed to him.
It was amazing to watch him just...
I didn't realize that I'd gotten this from James O'Keefe.